Sony released a new line of audio products that are supposed to be great for people who love bass. Now I have a few of these products to show you, but this video is going to be focused on the ULT Wear wireless noise cancelling headphones. Now in this video, I'm going to be going over everything that you need to know, including what do they come with, how do they feel, what features do they have, and how do they sound. You're not going to want to miss any part of this video, so stick around until the end to find out if I think they're worth your time. I also want to let you know that Sony did send these out to me so I could do this review for you guys today, but everything in this video are my own words and my opinions. Alright, so it comes in this really nice, kind of like a hard shell case. We've got some manuals in here. That's it for the box. Pretty nice case. So here are our headphones. We also have a headphone jack and a USB type A to USB type C cable for charging. And I think that's it for the case. So here are the headphones. They are made of plastic. It's got a nice cushy headband here, cushy earphones, a Sony logo on the side. Here we have our ULT button, noise canceling, ambient mode, our power button, USB type C connection, our headphone jack, and it looks like it might have some microphones on the outside here, right here, and of course we have our touch gestures on the side of the cups. We also have some adjustment like that. Now, like I mentioned before, these headphones are made for bass, but you don't have to have heart-pounding bass on all the time. It actually has a special button that you press on the side here, which is the ULT button, to activate that extra bass. Now the ULT button has two different modes. With the first press, it gives you low frequency deep bass, and if you press it again, it gives you a more powerful punchy bass. These headphones also give you 30 hours of use if you're using noise canceling, and up to 50 hours of use if you have the noise canceling off. And if you only charge them up for 10 minutes, that'll give you 5 hours of playtime. And they achieve this using 40mm drivers and an integrated V1 processor. So let's put these on and see how comfortable they are. Kind of adjust it a little bit. They actually feel pretty comfortable. The top here has that little cushion, and they feel pretty comfortable on my ears as well. It's got some really nice cushion, doesn't feel like it's squishing my head at all. And just having the headphones on your ears, not even on, mutes a lot of the outside sound. And speaking of muting, these headphones also have noise canceling, with 2 microphones in each ear cup and dual noise sensor technology to capture ambient sounds. You can block outside noise everywhere you go, so the only thing you hear is your music. These headphones also use DSEE, Sony's digital sound enhancement engine, to reproduce authentic sound. You can also adjust the sound the way that you want it using Sony's Headphones Connect app. There's also an ambient sound mode, so you don't have to take your headphones off to hear the environment around you. And if you take your headphones off while listening to music, it'll pause what you're listening to so you don't miss a beat, and then play again when you put them back on. They also have multi-point connections, so you can have these connected up to 2 devices at the same time. It also has gesture controls built into each ear cup, so you can play, pause, fast forward, control volume, and turn on ambient mode with just one hand. So the first thing you're going to want to do before you listen to any music on your headphones is to plug these in and charge them up to 100%. Once you have your headphones charged up, we'll go on our phone and we'll download the Sony Connect app. Then we'll open up the app and we need to connect our headphones. So turn on the headphones. We'll just hold in the little power button on the side here. The LED should blink. And we'll go back to our Connect app and we'll connect another device. As you can see, the headphones popped right up on my app. We'll just click there. It's connecting. Click Next. ULT Wear. And they're connected, and it's pretty much that simple. Now you can also optimize these headphones for the 360-degree reality audio if that's what you're going to use. And basically what it does is it uses your phone to scan the shape of your ear so it can make the best sound field possible specifically for you. But if you're not going to be using the 360 reality audio option, then you really don't have to do this. All right, so here we can set up our voice assistant. You can either use Amazon Alexa or Google. And depending on which one you choose, you just use your voice to prompt them, ask them what you need, and you don't need to touch anything on your phone. You just use your voice, kind of like you do with Siri. All right, so let's put these on and see what they sound like. Here we have our application. It's showing us that we have about 57% battery in our headphones. So first off, here we have the adaptive sound control. Basically what that does is it allows the headphones to detect where you are and adjust the ambient sound mode based on your environment. Now you can either have that on or off. I typically just keep it off. Here I've got some music already loaded up, so let's turn that on and see what it sounds like. So it does sound really good. It does have some pretty good bass, and I haven't even touched the ULT button yet. Now these headphones also have touch gestures, so you don't actually have to go into your phone or anything like that to play, pause, raise the volume, skip forward and backward. You do that all by the right side of the headphone. So if I want to raise the volume, all I need to do is swipe up, and you can see the volume raising. I can pause the music just by touching the middle here. Seems like it's a double tap, and then double tap it again to start the music. Now we can also go to the next track by swiping forward and go back. That's so cool. So it is a double tap to play and pause music. Works really well. So let's pause that for just a second. And we'll look at sound here. So here we have the ambient sound control. We can put on noise canceling ambient sound or just totally turn them off. With ambient sound, it sounds really cool. Like I can very easily hear me talking now, and I can also hear the air conditioner. It kind of sounds like, I don't know, like I'm in a bathroom or something like that. That's what it sounds like with the ambient mode. But you can very clearly hear everything going on outside as well as your voice. So if you need to talk to somebody, you don't actually have to take your headphones off. You can just turn on ambient mode and talk, when you need, and then turn it off to listen to your music again. And then if we turn that off, it just totally turns off noise canceling and ambient mode. And it muffles out a lot of the outside noise as well. Like I said before, we even turn them on. I can still hear me talking, but it's very muffled. Let's turn on noise canceling again. And yeah, so I can still hear myself talking, but it's a lot lower than it was before. Then we also have our EQ, so you can adjust the way that the bass sounds for your particular needs. We've got the ULT1. Got some custom options here. We also have the Bluetooth connection quality. We have the DSE off. We can put that on auto. Here you can set up the 360 reality audio if you want to do that. We also have something where it helps you find the best EQ settings for you. Let's go into System. Here we can connect to 2 different devices simultaneously. Here we can change our voice assistant. We have touch sensor control panels. We also have a setting for the noise canceling ambient mode button settings. Capture voice during phone calls. Now for the capture voice during a phone call, basically what that does is it turns on ambient mode so you can hear your voice easier. Especially it's good if you're in an area where there's other people, you need to know how loud you're actually talking so you don't disturb everybody around you. We have quick access. When you press the noise canceling ambient button 2 times, we can have it do different things. So let's change that. We can turn on Spotify tap or Endel or none. And the other one pretty much does the same thing. So it seems fairly limited on what the quick access can do. We have automatic power off when the headphones are removed. That's cool. Let's see what else we have. Or do not turn off. Paused when headphones are removed. So if you're listening to music or something like that, and you just simply take the headphones off, it'll pause whatever you're listening to and then play it again when you put the headphones back on. It also has a notification and voice guide. So if something is coming through on your phone, this very nice sounding voice will come through the headphones and tell you exactly what's going on. Download software automatically and initialize settings. We also have our services, Spotify tap, and Endel. So now let's go back and try that ULT button. So I'm playing some music in my headphones right now, and like I mentioned before, it does have some bass without the use of the ULT, but it's not super punchy, it's not powerful, it's like normal bass. It's a good amount of bass just for listening to regular music. But I want to hear what it sounds like when we push the ULT button. So let's play our music, push the ULT button. So when you press the button, it's like this boom. It makes this little noise when you press it. Definitely adds a lot more bass. I don't think it's overpowering, but it definitely adds a good amount of bass. It's got a nice low, deep frequency. And that's what happens when you press the ULT button before the first time. Now let's press it again and see what it does. Again, when you press the ULT button, it's got like that boom sound effect that it plays. So let's play our music. Wow. Now it's like super powerful and punchy. Sounds like I'm sitting in a car with two 12s in it. Even when you turn it up, there's no distortion. It's very clear. Like I said, even when you turn up the volume, it doesn't bottom out. It's very clear and crisp. You can very easily hear your music as well as that very powerful bass in the background. That's pretty interesting. I've never heard another set of headphones that has as much bass as these Sonys do. So let's turn it off again. So when you're turning the ULT off, it's like boom, kind of like a gong. It's very distinctive. You'll know when you're using the ULT and when you've turned it off. And now the music is normal. It's very clear. It's got just the right amount of bass to listen to normal music. Everything is very well balanced out. So now let's listen to some music that was made for bass. I don't know if anybody out there is old enough or even listened to this person when they were younger, but when I was younger, I used to listen to DJ Laz. Let me know in the comments if you guys even know who that is or have listened to him. So here we have King of Bass album, and I'm going to listen to the actual song, King of Bass. Now this is with the ULT off. So even with the ULT off, it's got some really good bass to it. So if you're listening to songs that have a lot of bass in it, just having the ULT off sounds really good. So now I'm going to turn the ULT on to its first setting. Wow. So it's got some really nice low frequency deep bass. It's if you love bass, you're gonna absolutely love these headphones. So now let's turn it on to ULT setting 2. Oh my gosh. I wish you guys could hear this. No joke. With the ULT2 setting, it sounds like I'm sitting in a car that has like 212s, 215s going. It's so bass filled. It's crazy. Like I mentioned before, I've never heard another pair of headphones that have this much bass. I'm not even kidding. If you absolutely love bass, get a pair of these headphones. You're going to absolutely love them. It's insane. It's great. Wow. I don't know how they reproduced that kind of bass. Like I said, if you've ever been in a car or been somewhere and some of your friends have put on some music with a lot of bass in it and they have, a couple 12s or 15s in the back of their car, it's exactly reproduced in these headphones. The bass is it's so loud. And even though there is so much bass, you can still very clearly hear the vocals as well. But if you're listening to music to hear that much bass, you're not going to get a good balanced experience. You're purely in it to really hear vocals second, bass first. But if you turn off the ULT, you can go back to normal where everything sounds really good, everything's balanced out. So these headphones are pretty much for everybody. Whether you like bass or just regular sound, these are excellent. All right, so right now I'm listening to music. As you can see, it's not paused. I'm going to take the headphones off and we'll see if it pauses. And it paused the music, as you guys could see. Now I'm going to put the headphones back on and we'll see if it automatically starts to play again. It works perfectly. That is so cool. Now you can also temporarily turn on ambient mode just by taking one of your hands and covering the right cup. It lowers the music and turns on ambient mode so I can very clearly hear myself, or if I need to talk to somebody very easily. Even if you're on an airplane, perfect situation, or the stewardess is asking you a question and you need to talk to her very quick. So instead of taking your headphones off or pausing, you just put your hand over one of the cups, lowers the volume, turns on ambient mode, and you can easily have a conversation. Then when you're done, you take away your hand, turns the volume back up, and it turns on noise canceling if you had it on. It works perfectly. So now let's see what happens when I hit the noise canceling ambient mode button. So it turned on ambient mode. I can easily hear my voice now, but I can still hear my music. So if you need to be aware of your surroundings, you can have the ambient mode on all the time if you want. So let's hit it again. It turns off ambient mode and turns noise canceling back on. Now through the magic of editing, I'm going to let you listen to what it sounds like to have the noise canceling turned on in these headphones. So everything that you're hearing right now is what I'm actually hearing in my headphones. I can still hear myself talk. It has turned down a lot of the ambient noises going on around me, and my voice is muffled even though I can still hear it. But this will give you some idea of what the noise canceling is like through these headphones. So now I want to see if somebody sitting next to me can hear what I'm listening to through these headphones, because that's very important, especially if you're, somewhere that's very quiet or even on an airplane. You really don't want to disturb somebody sitting next to you or even have somebody hear what you're listening to. It could be a little embarrassing for some people. So I've been recording this whole time with this DJI mic right on my chest here. So if at any point in time you could hear, you're going to hear, just in my little bubble here, but I'll also move it off to the side just in case you could hear from here. You might not be able to hear from here. So let's put on some bassy music. It's at a loud volume, and it's also got the ULT setting on the first setting. So I'm going to move it to the headphones here. And then we'll move it over here. So like I said, I had what I considered loud music playing in my headphones. I probably wouldn't turn it up any more than that. It was at half. I can't really turn it up anymore because it is loud. So if you couldn't hear anything over here, then you should definitely be good sitting in a quiet environment, being around people, and they're not able to hear what you're listening to. So now let's connect our headphones up to two devices at the same time. I already have them connected to my iPhone. I'm going to connect them to my S24 Ultra as well. So we need to click here in our settings. We need to connect to new device. Here, as you can see, it just showed up on my Galaxy device. So I'm going to tap to register. Allow. So now it's connected to my Galaxy. Click Save. So as you can see, the connected devices are showing Tony's iPhone and Tony's S24 Ultra. So they should be connected to both devices at the same time. So I'm going to put my headphones on now. So now the headphones are connected to two devices at the same time, which are both these phones. And if I change the volume on my S24 Ultra, you should be able to see it change on my iPhone as well. And you can. And even through this whole recording that I've been doing, if you look in the top right hand corner, it's still only at 56%. I've only used 1% battery through this whole time. So not only do these headphones have amazing bass, they also have really good sound, and it seems like they have pretty good battery life as well. So if you want some noise canceling headphones that have some really good sound and ridiculous amounts of bass, I would definitely recommend picking up a pair of these headphones. I promise you, if you're looking for the headphones that have the ultimate bass, you will not be disappointed with these. And again, if you guys want to pick these up yourself, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out the channel if you gave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.